Ahoy, Captain! Truth be told, I've not felt so cozy in a crew since my tour on the Sorcerer. With Romero and the lot. Good times and a half, that. Methinks me more crazy uncle than brother, but I appreciate your saying it all the same. By way of expressing my gratitude, I've a tribute to be presenting. It's meant to be worn by a great captain. I think you rightly qualify. And I think you'll look right spiff in it too. Romero gifted it to me when I took leave of the Sorcerer. He had this notion I'd make captain myself someday. Mayhaps I coveted a captain's quarters when I were a wee swabby, but serving with Ferrante, with yourself, seeing what leading a crew takes, well, I reckon it's like marrying. It just ain't for me. Now, for first, I've got less than an all-in's thimble worth of patience for all the politics, glad-handing, cronyism and sycophancy that goes along with the Consuelo. But mostly, this heart be twice as soft as this belly. Probably as furry, too. Mayhaps I could captain a boat like yourself, all even-keeled and kindly. But you're a rare sort, aren't you?
Most helms could use a captain with a thimble of self-awareness.
I've always had a way with the lasses. Pleasure be entirely mine, Cap. May it serve you at least half as well as I. You be boring a hole in me with them eyes, Cap. I'd offer an oboe for your thoughts, but I prefer not to make deals I ain't got no intention to keep. I'd be fine, actually. Strange though it be. I'm not sure there'll be much to say, Captain. I, be appreciating the sentiment, I suppose. Aye. Suppose we take our victories where we be finding them.
All the wonders of the sea, and more besides.
What can I do for you? Put your eyes on these.
I will not return to the Longhouse, Weto, never! And I won't blunt my teeth about it further!
But what are you so stubborn? The Rowatines do us a great favor and you spit in their faces. What do you need? Not at all, not at all. My sister and I are just having a small disagreement.
It is because you speak like this that I yell at you in the first place! You're beginning to sound like those Rowatine outlanders, and it shames me to say so.
Ignore her. She has an urchin up her ass about her cousins from the north and can't be persuaded. I should know. I've tried.
Is it so unreasonable to want to protect my culture, our culture, from our greedy neighbors? They arrive in ships laden with goods they believe will please us and think that gives them the right to build their walls on our land. Then, they act surprised when we don't all fall at their feet with cries of gratitude.
Akira, don't encourage her. I will never hear the end.
We are no strangers to the menaces of the Deadfire. Pirates, colonials, Nagati's children. We have bested all of them before. We don't need them or their walls to keep us safe, and we surely don't need their longhouse.
We are no strangers to storms. But last year we suffered many powerful ones in quick succession, and our harvest of koiki fruit was destroyed. Price share was rationed, famine loomed, and then the Rawatayans sent ships, load after load of food, enough to see us to the next harvest. They could have left us to die, but they didn't.
It was only a ploy to make us dependent on them, Akira. We took their food and helping hands, and now we sleep in their buildings and watch the sea from their walls. Another of the Rawatayans' tricks. When our huts were destroyed in the storms, they did not rebuild them like they were as we requested. They built this longhouse instead. Are you not one people? They said. Why do you live divided, each caste apart from the others? They believe they know what's best for us, but how we live is not their business. The Fleet Master says we are weak because we don't work as one. She doesn't see that it's our differences that make the Huana strong. She doesn't want to see it, lest it put the lie to their enterprise here. Under whose banner? Rawatai's? Then we cease to be Huana as surely as if they conquered us.
We have the land and resources Rawatai needs, and they have the military might we lack. We share a common ancestor. Why not create a common culture? Together we would be strong.
I say, if you truly believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I thought. Akira, I don't need you to tell me as much. But I appreciate your support nonetheless. It is gratifying to be heard and understood. That an Outlander could do this and my brother could not shames us both.
Caught between the Valians and the Rawatayans, we will be crushed. We need a strong ally to survive the coming years.
I hate to see Tippa and Wedo fight.
Those Raparu dare make such a racket in my longhouse? What were those royal Deadfire fools thinking? At least someone understands the proper way of things. What do you want? I am Mataru, a warrior. The best quarters are mine by right. And yet I cannot display my most precious possession, my grandmother's warhammer, for fear the Raparu might steal it. It is absurd. They know no better. A Huana soul is not born into the Raparu without reason, after all. Not even the greatest Mataru can stand against a fleet of Rawatayan warships.
Over, then under, then twist. Good.
Akira, it looks so easy when you do it.
Oh, hello. Come to watch me tie rugs, have you?
Asaru here's been teaching me.
What say, traveler?
It is as you say, but I have always admired the beautiful rugs Osaru makes.
And Nadunga can fix anything. Is it not reasonable we should learn from each other?
Akira, especially if we must suffer Waturi together.
Just so.
It's not so bad, excepting the nights Waturi gets into the palm wine.
Akira, but that man does snore loud enough to call down the rains. There is hardly any space to tie my rugs, to be certain, and I haven't had a moment to myself in weeks.
But there are also new friends to be made.
Indeed there are. Captain, I am inspired to redecorate our ship's quarters.
Ah, it's not a skill one learns in an afternoon. But should you wish to spend many months here in this longhouse, you're welcome.
I say, we have the room. So long as you do not mind sleeping like so many scrolls stuffed in a shelf.
Carry the winds with you, traveler.